Growing up, I idolized my dad. My dad served in the military, he was in the Army, and a true role model for me and what it meant to be a father, a husband.
But as a teenager, Justin's idyllic family dynamic changed unexpectedly.
Dear Justin, son, the best way I can start this letter is by simply saying I'm sorry. This letter is from my dad when he was in prison. Went through some really challenging times as I got into high school and early on in college.
Justin's dad could not remember the car break-ins that led to his arrest. His family struggled to understand too. It was so out of character for a man who had served his country honorably for 17 years.
Never saw my dad do anything bad. Held the door for everybody kind of deal. You know, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am kind of guy. Did everything by the books. And to hear he had been arrested, I was like, whoa.
That military service in Operation Desert Storm brought suffering long after the fighting stopped. Justin's dad was diagnosed with PTSD. That was followed by a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. These challenges left the war veteran fighting to get his life back on track and left his family fighting to find the stability previously provided by a strong family and father figure.
Those were some tough days trying to figure out what's going on. You know, have counselors and teachers and principals, everybody checking in just to make sure that everything was all right. That support system, that network that I had and my family had was so important in just keeping us focused on the positive things going on in life.
That support from high school in Mercersburg carried on playing football at Lebanon Valley College.
The helmet sits on my desk, and I'll do anything for those guys, and I'll do anything for me as well, and I know they would. But that sense of community, all of our different backgrounds that we had, you know, we all came from different places.
The support of a diverse group working together as a team and the strength they can provide was something Justin Lee learned early on. Now working in human resources, finding strong, supportive house parents, he also relies on what he learned about relationships all those years ago.
There was a lot of uncertainty going on. I could have easily saw my dad's situation and let that get in the way of achieving some of those goals and some of those dreams, but there were people that also knew what the potential was and also saw that in me and my siblings. That's my mom and dad. Dad was fortunate enough to get out before I graduated college. One of the few times I was actually able to see play. Whether it's all of our students coming from different backgrounds in different states or all of our house parents coming from different backgrounds in different states, their experiences create the sense of community that is so important here. My dad was my first hero growing up. I watched my dad put on this uniform day in and day out and go to work every day.
That legacy lives on outside of the workplace too, a lesson worth passing on.
Then my son has his little mini Superman cape.
That the real superpower doesn't always come from the strength of one, but that of many working together.
Justin, you are and will always be a son that I'm blessed to have. Stay strong, be blessed, and peace. Your dad, Eric.